Luke, good to see you, Luke. We're doing all right? Yeah. Where we want to talk over there? Let's go over there and put him. Let's go there. No. Go back. I guess I'm going to have to go set up again. Luke, you got him again. We'll just put it up there on the wireless. Back at the booth until I got rid of it. Yeah, but we can do some work. Un momento. Okay.
I don't know. It's like you guys been just standing around, right?
That's right.
So did he let you guys know that he was endorsing?
Yeah. He lets me know everything.
Come on, Pia. Hey, Pia, we waiting on you. Pia. Here. Hey, come on. Pia.
Hello?
Well, as promised,
I call you back in
as
5 minutes.
promised,
The press
our
conference right now.
with Mr. Campbell to work together for the betterment of this community. I am grateful, honored that we have so many things in common that allow us to move together, not only over the next 3 weeks in the campaign trail, but our commitment to work together after the election for the betterment of all in this community, for economic development, for our youth, for the sports in this community, and to be able to bring better quality of life to all the residents of Miami-Dade County. So, Mr. Campbell, thank you very much for your endorsement.
How you doing, everybody today? I'm happy to be here today. I'm sorry that I, kept you all waiting, but this is a very important decision. It's important not only for me, but it's important for the people in this community. I ran a campaign based on transparency, and I ran a campaign based on doing the right thing and bringing Miami together as one Miami, and that's what this is all about. And I feel like, endorsing Mayor Robaina, it's going to be the right thing for this community. From the conversations that we've had and the conversations that I had with Carlos, the level of commitment that Mr. Robaina has for this community, it has not started right now. When you hear the stories of him going to Sweetwater and going to parties and events when he's called upon, and when he's, when one of my pastors, Pastor Rich, tells me when he sends out an email to 36 mayors, the only one that shows up to an event, at a congregation of 10,000 people, Mr. Robaina, that says a lot about an individual's character and his level of commitment for this community. And I think it's about that, and it's about we've had conversations about where we want to see this community go as far as the African American community, because the African American community has been left behind. I mean, less than 0% in minority contracting. That's unacceptable. And that's why I stand here today, because he's committed to me that these things would happen. It was never about me, it was about the people. And I stand here today and supporting him because I think he's going to do the right thing for the people of this community. And that's what it's really all about. Jobs for this community, that's what it's all about. It's about inclusion, about bringing Miami together as one. And after speaking to the two candidates, I think because of Mr. Robaina's track record, that he's going to do these different things. We talked about things of how a presidential campaign works, where you have Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama go together. Unfortunately, in this situation, there's no vice mayor. But what it is the fact that when you can have two campaigns, two individuals that are about the same thing in this community, I could then suggest to him a guy like Pierre Rutledge to work within his campaign to make sure things get implemented into this community. That makes me feel safe. That makes me feel safe that he would say, hey, look, we'll do that. We'll do those different things like that. We'll bring a guy like him on and any other individual to be able to go in to make sure that these things, his promises are kept and things will be implemented in the community. And I respect that. And you didn't have to do that, but that's what got me in the game. Thank you. And any questions? That's about it.
Luther, yesterday, Carlos Jimenez was so confident he was going to get your endorsement that he called a news conference to 11 a.m. at Gethley Park. Were you close to endorsing Mr. Jimenez?
Let me tell you something. It's been really, really tight. You know what I'm saying? Both guys are good guys. The press conference that was set up, that was not set up by me. That was a total misunderstanding. Scheduling situation, but that wasn't. I didn't set that up. And matter of fact, I was sent a email from some other person about a press conference, and I didn't respond.
But you had never agreed that you were.
No. Matter of fact, I responded back to the email and say, hey, look, we're not in agreement with a lot of the particulars, and I'm not going to be at the press conference. So it kind of threw me that it was something set up, and that people were saying I was supposed to be at the press conference.
Luther, 3 hours ago, you and I had a conversation in which just 3 hours ago you were telling me that you're still on the fence about who to support. When did you finally make up your mind as to who to endorse?
Well, I made up my mind. I really made up my mind last night. You had a conversation because I know you have a lot of information. I lean on people like you, Jim. The CRA issue was a very, very serious issue to me. And when I first had a conversation with Carlos about his position on the CRA, I listened because that's what I do without talking. And his position was, he wanted to sunset or sunshine or whatever you want to call it. The sunset. And that was the problem. That goes directly into what I'm all about and what the people, those 20,000 some people voted for me. That cuts into, and that's a major issue. And that can't happen because that directly affects economic development and it directly affects the communities.
Can I ask you why did you get here 2 hours after and the Mayor Robaina was alone here and half hour ago?
Because I like to make people sweat. Don't you make people sweat? Don't you make men, when the men come try to talk to you,
yes, but the people need respect from you.
Exactly.
So we were waiting 2 hours for you.
The last time you put your arm around Julio Robaina like that was at the debate at the New Birth Baptist Church, in which you accused him of paying off African Americans to get into the race and saying that he had a lot of money to buy a lot of people, but not you. Now you're putting your arms around him saying this is the candidate for you. How do you reconcile those two things?
Well, the thing is you know, that's the campaign. You know, in a campaign, there's going to be some things. You know, but after having conversations with Roosevelt Bradley, you know, in detail, you know, Roosevelt told me he didn't get paid off, you know, after the fact, you know, and having conversations with Mr. Bell, you know, because I'll go and ask people, you know, at that time, I felt that was the situation. And then after I had conversations with him, and he said, no, that wasn't the case. And then I asked him also, do you want your check transit job back? And he said, absolutely not. You know, and that gave me the level of comfort that, you know, he wasn't actually paid off. He was trying to run the win.
Maybe you should ask him that before the forum.
In your column, you have referred to Mayor Robaina as highly as overlord. Do you still feel that way? I mean, how do you reconcile that view with your endorsement?
Highly as overlord. I mean, the thing is, in a campaign, you know, we do our research, and some of it comes back right, some of it comes back wrong. When I look at it, I look at, you know, Mr. Robaina, and I read just like everybody else, and a lot of people say a lot of things about individuals. You know, at the end of the day, I do believe in our justice system. If somebody did something wrong, I'm pretty sure they'll be putting people in jail. So people say a lot of things about him, and they say a lot of things about me, you know, as an individual. I went through that in my life, you know, where people said things about me, which at the end of the day is not true. So, you know, I would not be standing here today with him if I thought that some of these things are true, you know, because I do believe in our justice system. You know, and if anything was true, then I'm pretty sure he'll be not standing here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Between now and election time, I mean, the grievances that we have in Miami-Dade County, are you going to be bringing them up, or are you just going to campaign for them?
Oh, no. We're going to bring, I mean, all the issues. Let me tell you, all the issues that directly affect the African-American community, from affordable housing to job creation, economic development, all these things, that's why I'm here.
Those are priorities.
You can hold me, you can hold me accountable.